Hey folks, and welcome back to some more Red Sox franchise here on MLB The Show 25 here on Taysbury 33 games, and we defeated the Yankees. We swapped every other win, every other game, and we came out on top. Offensive explosion the first 3 games, and then 2 pitching slugfests back-to-back with an absolute gem from Garrett Crochet, washing away the sins of his Game 1 performance. With an absolutely filthy 9 strikeout, 7 2/3 appearance here against the Yankees in a 1-0 game. Now we take on the Seattle Mariners, who all this season have been the goods. They have been absolutely crazy. If we look at, standings, they finished 96-66 this year. We faced off against them. Only the Dodgers and Braves won more games all year than the Seattle Mariners. Check out their lineup and what they got going on here. Oakland, Vegas. This is the lineup for Seattle. Again, we started with Seattle, kick off our big playoff push. So let's see what they got rocking right here. It's Victor Robles leading things off. He had 47 stolen bases, just 5 caught stealings. Has really revitalized his career here in Seattle. Still not like a crazy good hitter, but for a leadoff man, he's gonna walk. He's gonna strike out a whole bunch though. So just keep him off the base paths, and we should be Gucci. Julio Rodriguez, one of the best young talents in the game, and just one of the best talents in general. 45 doubles this year. The home run power hasn't been there since his first couple of seasons, but he's still stealing bags. Actually got caught 13 times this year. A little bit of a down season, but up from the previous 2 years. Again, I'm still scared of Julio. Fantastic outfield defender. He can really swing it. Try to keep him at bay. Kyle Tucker was their big splash. They gave him $37.8 million a year. He is all corked up and ready to go. Won a Gold Glove last year, Silver Slugger this year. I mean, the stats talk for themselves. His first year in an offensive inept park puts up his career high in home runs. Steals 19 bases, drives in 93 runs, walks just as much as he strikes out. Puts up a 910 OPS with a WAR total of 4.7. So yeah, Kyle Tucker, absolute monster. Get Robles out, and then just let these guys kind of work with the bases empty as much as humanly possible. Luke Raley, good against righties, not too much against lefties. This is a nice little lefty pocket that we can probably deploy some guys in. That motherfucker named Randy, we know how good he gets in the postseason so far. In 3 games, had a home run, batting .364. He's going to be on it. Isaiah Kiner-Falefa, not a good offensive guy, but a good defender. They also have Cole Young and J.P. Crawford that they can deploy. Probably Crawford against lefties, which is weird. Isaiah Kiner-Falefa against righties. Ryan Bliss, second base. Henry Ford at catcher, and Andy Ibanez. So really, it's just these 2 guys. No big dumper right now. Let's check to see if they have any injuries going on. If we go to injured list, Seattle is dealing with Cal Riley broke his ankle. So really it's just Cal Riley broke his ankle, and he's out another 3 to 4 weeks, and that's a big loss to their lineup and a real nice boost for us, really. Against lefties, looks like this with Rodriguez leading off, Ryan Bliss second lineup, Tucker third, Raley, Randy Rosarena, again J.P. Crawford, Mitch Haniger. Whoa, Mitch Garver comes in. This is what he did this year. Not a whole bunch of games since joining Seattle. Still has pop, still a guy that can just, for whatever reason, go off. Tyler Locklear jumps in there against lefties, and Andy Ibanez still rounds things out. Pitching wise for them, they have a tremendous pitching staff, and this is their bread and butter. This is what they are born with, raised with. And let's check it out what we got going on. Look at this, all 80 plus guys, including 2 studs in the high mid 90s. Guy like George Kirby does not walk a soul. Just 40 walks here in real life, throwing 190 innings and only walking 20-ish guys in real life. That's crazy good numbers. Isn't going to strike really anybody out a whole bunch, but he will work deep into counts. Does not allow guys to get on. Maybe the home run balls where we can try to attack him. But he is a guy we're going to be facing in game 1. Logan Gilbert, more of, again, kind of similar profile. Will strike you out a little bit more. Not as good command, but still an excellent ace-type pitcher. A 3.50 ERA, an ERA within the threes since he really started for the majority. Has made every single start the last few years. The model consistency is going to get you a bunch of wins. He's going to strike out 150-plus batters every year. He's a guy that we have to get on. Bryce Miller. We faced off against Bryce Miller in that episode. Nasty splitter. Fastball combo. And ERA that is right around 3. Brian Wu. Another guy. Isn't going to strike you out, but isn't going to walk you either. Dealt with some injury stuff this past year. 81 strikeouts, but 2.39 ERA when healthy. And then Luis Castillo, we get to him. This is the guy that we can exploit, but still has been really good. An ace-level pitcher and the leader of the staff, even though now it's kind of like that Ninja Turtles memes where Splinter is walking out the babies and now the babies are holding on to Splinter. That is literally the Seattle Mariners lineup. Emerson Hancock thrown into the bullpen, a guy that was drafted highly in 2020 but really hasn't figured things out. Gregory Santos, Rockies legend. He's good. Jesus Tinoco, he was good this year, 4.07 ERA, getting traded from Miami. Gabe Spire, another Rockies legend. He's been solid out of the bullpen, a 3.11 ERA as a lefty. Shintaro Fujinami, 2.28 ERA in Seattle, really revitalizing his career. Mason Miller, it's Mason fucking Miller, absolutely crazy. Matt Brash, who's been not good, and Andres Munoz, who is basically untouchable with 57 saves. You have Andres Munoz and Mason Miller. What is wrong with this? They have 3 closers. What is wrong with this team? This team is filthy. Let's get into it. Sox Mariners. Let's see who is going on. Milwaukee already has a 1-game lead over the Dodgers. Who is going to the World Series? We'll find out in this episode. You're in Seattle, taking on the best team in the American League. As they, I think, won 96 games, something like that. We finished with 91. And when our big run started, it was a Sandy Alcantara start in Seattle in August. That is when our run started to where we finished here. Now we are back in T-Mobile Park. We are back with Sandy Alcantara on the bump in Game 1, and we are trying to continue our postseason run now with a win against a very good Seattle Mariners team. Now, Seattle bolstered up their offense with Kyle Tucker. Obviously, the starting rotation is the starting rotation. It's been very well documented how good those guys are and have been, and it's all about just matching up and just having our guys be better than their guys. There isn't really a weakness on this team. Offensively, I think other than Tucker, Julio, Cal Raleigh, there are some holes. Our pitching has to be better than their pitching. And their pitching is really good. They got George Kirby with the ball for Game 1. And we will see how this goes here momentarily as we begin the ALCS against Seattle. George Kirby so far in 1 postseason start. 5 innings, 5 strikeouts. And he did not pick up the decision against Texas. I believe they swept Texas in 3 games to none in the ALDS. Jarren Duran, first batter of the game. It's going to be zipped over to shortstop, and Crawford an error, and Jarren Duran on to begin our ALCS. Then when he's on first base, you can basically just put him on second base as he steals on Harry Ford. Cal Raleigh not playing here with an injury. Don't believe we will see him in this series. And Chopper back to the mound. Bregman is out, but does allow the runner to move up 90 feet to third base. And now we have a runner on third base for Rafael Devers and company. going to be Tristan Casas asked to bring him in as Devers couldn't do it. Casas goes the other way and flies out to the warning track. So unfortunately, we do get a runner in scoring position at third base nonetheless. But 0 on the scoreboard so far. Sandy Alcantara, here he is, and his start against the Yankees was okay. 6 1/3 innings pitched, 4.26 ERA, 7 strikeouts against the Bronx Bombers. But like we said, had a great start here in Seattle a little while ago, and now he's trying to do that here again. Victor Robles is going to start things off with a single, and just like Duran, you can probably put him on second base. Led the American League, I think all of Major League Baseball, almost 60 stolen bases, if I remember correctly. Julio Rodriguez, however, next pitch will ground out to Bregman, and they will go around the horn and get Julio for a 5-4-3 double play. They were playing corners in, and Bregman just one shuffle over, very used to the infield here at T-Mobile Park. And then Kyle Tucker will line this one right to Donovan playing in the shift, and that will do it. So we both get our leadoff runner on, but neither team can capitalize. It is 0-0 as we head to the second inning. And the second inning has come and gone for both teams, and it's Jarren Duran, high drive off the foul pole, 380 feet, and we have his first postseason home run and our first lead of this one, the ALCS. Off to a bang. Duran hooks this one, just stays fair, and clanks off the inside part of that foul pole. You love to see it. 3-2 count. Devers, he goes swinging and missing, and Harry Ford over to first base. But Jarren Duran gets us on the board with a big home run. It is 1-0. Sox in the lead, baby. Kyle Tucker now on in the fourth inning. He goes the other way. Duran over to get it. Tucker, surprisingly not the fastest guy, just a 30-something speed in this game. He does get in there. Steals a bunch of bases with a good steal mark. I know he steals a bunch of bases in real life, but Tucker is in there with a doubled one out. Then this one gets right past third base is Luke Raley, and good base running by Tucker to realize that Bregman was out of position. The former teammates took up at third base, and now it's on the corners. One gone. Alcantara, paint. Randy, that motherfucker named Randy, hit 333 this postseason. Can't pull the trigger there. And just inside fastball. And, yeah, just dots it right on the inside part of the plate. Isaiah Kiner-Falefa. Whoa. Isaiah Kiner-Falefa. I said Kiner-Falefa. All right, hard R there at the end. Either way, Bregman there to make the play. Sandy, little finger gun. Thank you very much, my good sir. And Alcantara walks off with the lead still intact. All the way in the sixth inning is when we find Jarren Duran seems to be the only guy doing anything for the Red Sox offense, as both pitchers settling in mighty fine, as again here in the sixth. But Duran eyeing second base again, and that's exactly where he'll end up. Four-seamer down the middle. Bregman lets up on it, and now he tries to drive in Duran. 1-2 count again. Two fastballs kind of right there. Will they go there the third time? No, they will not, but he does hang the knuckle curve, and Bregman is going to dump it into the corner. Bregman to be the player we will be highlighting through the rest of this series as the player lock portion of this video. So nice to see he gets off to a good start here and extends our lead by another run. It's now 2-0 and just hooks this one right down into that corner. Rosarena got to it quick, but not quick enough. And it will be the manager coming out to pull George Kirby. His day is done in the sixth inning as we pick up the lead 2-0. They're going to bring in Rockies legend Gabe Spire. 2 games against Texas, went 1 1/3 and went perfect in those innings. Devers against the lefty. This one gets away. Bregman is going to go all the way over to third base, and Spire's the one to catch it after ricochets off the backstop. A lot of foul territory behind there, and Devers now with a runner on third. nobody out. Just needs to hit it in the air or look at it. All right, okay. That works too. Devers goes down looking. And now with 2 outs, it's Connor Wong. He hits lefties well. Yeah, a little too well. Felt four-seamer right down the dick. And Connor Wong, 411 feet. The Connor Wong dong gong. Get it out. Dong. Connor Wong absolutely pulverizes this pitch. And we have a 4-0 lead as Wong goes deep as part of a 3-run inning here in the 6th. Brendan Donovan last up as he waves and misses at the high four-seamer that was already by him by the time he decided to swing. My bad. But Connor Wong gives us some insurance runs that I'm sure we're going to desperately need here later on. Alcantara still out there as Ryan Bliss gets a hold of this one into center field. Rafaela at the track, at the wall, and a step in front of the wall actually makes the catch on the warning track. And you saw the pitch count, only like 72, 73 pitches as we end the 7th inning. So Alcantara looking for another complete game here in Seattle. Can he make it a complete game shutout this time? Only Lord knows. And what does the Lord tell us? The Lord tells us, well, here in the 8th, he's going to get a nasty swing and a miss on Harry Ford, who gets the 4th strikeout for Alcantara. And then Andy Ibanez jumps in. This is where we ask the Lord again, and the Lord says no. Not a complete game shutout as the sinker left way too much, caught way too much of the plate. 411 again, the same distance, near the same area that Connor Wong hit his home run, but Ryan Bliss pulverizes that sinker inside, and Seattle a little bit of life here late. Still some ways to go, but they'll take the home run and energize this crowd, energize their bench, and see what they can do with it. Julio Rodriguez with 2 outs. The 91st pitch is stung. Rafaela a couple steps to his right, and that is all she wrote for the 8th inning. So a home run by Andy Ibanez, but still the Red Sox with the lead here, in control here, and they have to face off against Andres Munoz, so they're going to bring in to just keep this game at bay. I like also in this game, they're using the bullpen a lot better. The computer is. So there you go. A sinker that Donovan got off the ground, and getting off the ground is Ibanez at third base, jumps up to make the play. Kyle Tucker, Luke Raley, and Randy Arozarena are going to face off against Sandy Alcantara, who is still in there. 1-2 count to Tucker. He goes to left field. 1 gone. Alcantara still working a gem. Luke Raley, who gave him fits in the regular season, isn't going to give him fits today. An offer for Luke Raley, and that is the 2nd out of the inning. Randy Arozarena, a ground out victim, but is it 0 for 3 today? And Casas picks it up, and on the 99th pitch, he races Arozarena to the bag, and Sandy has done it again. Another complete game against Seattle. Only gives up 1 and sets the tone for this series. Like I said, our pitching just has to be better than theirs. In game 1, first test goes to us. Our pitching was better than theirs. The offense only mustered up 1 run on a solo shot. We ended up getting 4 runs today and 3 in that 8th or 6th inning, which was the difference. As Alcantara, 9 innings, 6 hits, 104 strikeouts, no walks. Defense played excellent behind him. And we start off the ALCS with a very important win against the Seattle Mariners. And like we mentioned, it will be Alex Bregman as our player lock. And why do we choose Bregman for the ALCS? Well, he is captain ALCS. Went to the ALCS, I believe, every single year of his Astros tenure. Or at least made the postseason, and most of the time ended up, I think they made 7 straight. I think last year in real life, when they lost to Detroit, was the first year they haven't been in the ALCS since he got called up. So he loves this environment. This is the only thing he knows is the ALCS. And we're going to ask him to chauffeur us through here in Seattle especially. So we win game 1, 4-1 off the back of the Sandy Alcantara complete game. Not quite shutout and not quite a Maddox. Did finish with under 100 pitches, but the stipulation is you have to throw a complete game shutout. It's going to be Logan Gilbert going for the Seattle Mariners, and we're going to have Jordan Montgomery go for us, the lefty, see if we can get some good results from him. It's Montgomery and the fellas taking on Logan Gilbert. And if you thought George Kirby was tough, well, Logan Gilbert's tough. And then Bryce Miller's tough. And then Brian Woo's tough. And then Luis Castillo's tough. So, again, even though we are up in the series, it could change just like that. And Logan Gilbert, a stopper here. 6 2/3 inning in his first appearance. A 1.35 ERA, 6 strikeouts. And he was excellent against that Texas lineup and trying to be excellent against us. It's going to be an error as Duran scoots all the way over to second base, and that brings up Alex Bregman. Hitting .333 in this postseason, had an RBI double in Game 1. First pitch to him is let go for a ball, a slider inside. 11-year career for Bregman. Again, spent so much time in the ALCS. Next pitch is crushed. Slider left high, and Bregman is going yard. Alex Bregman setting the tone at an RBI in Game 1. A 2-run shot here to begin Game 2. His first of the postseason. And look at that. This one was crushed. A slider. That was a mistake pitch, and that goes over the wall there in left field. And here we go. So I tried to mess around with this a little bit, trying to be able to kind of slow it down here. We ended up accidentally missing Alex Bregman's second at bat, but we have a hit by pitch, a single. Rodriguez steals third base. Montgomery lets Bliss steal second base, and a 3-run home run by Kyle Tucker. And just like that, we're down 3-2. And Montgomery does get a couple flyouts. But I didn't want this to kind of go as slow as it had, or fast as it has in the past. Maybe set up some moments, but it didn't really work. And after this, I think I stopped trying to fiddle around with this. We had some moments in the Devers series where we kind of just saw random at-bats and stuff and skipped some things around. Bases loaded again. Montgomery does get out of the jam. But Meyer strikes out, Durant strikes out, and this is where I accidentally skipped Bregman's at-bat. And from here on out, we're just going to go to the next appearance. So as we hear in the fourth, Montgomery comes up in a moment here, has already given up 4 runs as we enter the bottom of the fourth inning. No outs for Tyler Locklear, the first baseman against the lefty. Stung to Bregman, who ranges over, picks it up, flips it over to first base, and that is enough to get the runner at first. Bregman makes the play. A walk, double, and then Tony Gonsolin comes in. Another walk, a fly out. We do get out of the inning. Single by Meyer, can't set up Bregman as Duran flies out or grounds out, whatever it said. And now we have Randy Arozarena. We're working on an 0 for 5 or 0 for 4 so far in this series, and Bregman robs him of a potential double. Gets down the line, backhands it, and then throws it over to Casas, who was able to make the play and get the out. So we do get a clean inning there. Here's what today's starters have gone as a tough day for Montgomery and a tough day for Gilbert against Bregman, who got him, since I've been playing, 2 for 2 with 2 crushed breaking pitches left high in the zone. Devers with 3-2 count. Bregman will actually try to run and break up the potential double play, and couldn't really find the ball. Does get back into second base. Almost a base running blunder there. Should have gone 3, but kind of lost where the ball was and didn't want to get doubled up. Obviously, I left with only 2, with no outs. But either way, we stay put at second base now. Tristan Casas trying to drive in some more runs. He does go the other way. This just flips over Ibanez at third base. We are rolling right on in to score, and it is a 3-4 game. Still trail Seattle by 1, but Tristan Casas coming through against Seattle. What else is new? Fly out, single. It's 4-4 now, and we are tied up in the 7th inning. As Mason Miller comes up, 0-2 count, and we go, I guess. All right. I mean, Mason Miller is probably my biggest nightmare with the velocity being what it is. 2-run home run by Luke Raley as Tony Gonsolin's starting to give up some stuff here, but we get a two-run home run by Connor Wong and tie this thing right back up. Justin Slate in the 1-2-3 inning. A double by Duran brings up Bregman here, trying to take the lead here late in the 9th inning. 2 for 4 so far with a double and a home run, couple RBI. What can he do? This one is high and deep, the fastball. It's going, and this will not get caught. It will bang off the wall. Duran scores, and Bregman helps the Red Sox take the lead here late as we put up 7 in the game number 2 and put up another run. Watch this angle. Duran waiting, then realizes it's go time. He is waved around. He scores. Bregman into second base, and we have the lead late. Rafael Devers, he goes the other way, and this one will find the outfield grass. Bregman scoots into third base, and there we go. One more base hit. Can Costas come through again and drive us in? And he doesn't. Grounder to second base. They do turn 2, and yeah, so again, couldn't quite get that extra run as Munoz had come in. But we do score. We do take the lead. Now we hand it off to, it is Jose Leclerc for the 9th. And again, I was trying to be silly here and watch, but we'll get this one pitch by Ryan Bliss. Yeah, I couldn't quite figure out how to, I was trying to jump into the game and play it, but I couldn't quite figure it out. If anyone has any ideas in the comments on how to do that, let me know. Fly out, solo home run by Kyle Tucker. Then a walk, a stolen base, a single. Kopech comes in, fly out, and we're going to extras just like that. So we give it up late with the bullpen. Again, I think they had a bunch of issues in the Yankee series, and they're coming through again here. But Bregman, this time again in the clutch situation, bangs it off the wall. He gets another double. Second run trying to come in and score, but they do get Duran. We only scored the 1 run, but please, for the love of God, can this be it? We get the run. It's 8-7. Bregman again, 4-hit day. Every hit was impactful. Just hit it so hard off the wall, and by the time Duran started going from third, it was already in the hands of the shortstop. As we see Hamilton score there, and then it's Duran who's out by a good amount. So we trying to push the envelope. We do get 1 run in. Couldn't quite get the second one. It's Shintaro Fujinami does get Devers here with the splitter that Devers watches, and out, and then Casas 2-2 count for him, or 3-2 count for him. 2 for 5 on the day, hitting .288 for the postseason. He will draw a walk, so now a runner on first base to go along with Bregman at second. Connor Wong, back-to-back games with home runs. Can he make a second one tonight, or at least get a hit, or at least do something? Gregory Santos in. He does go to right field. We are going to test the arm. The throw comes in. It's up the line, and Bregman is in. It is 9-7. Please, can this be all we need? We're up by 2 here in extras in the postseason. Get Kopech out there. Close the door. I think Kopech hasn't pitched yet. Haven't really quite been paying attention. But throw comes in. Would have been close if it was online, but it wasn't. Kopech, a double, giving up a single, another single, an error, and we don't even get an out. And it's 10-9. We lose. What the hell? Why is our bullpen doing this to us? Why is Michael Kopech, our sweet king, doing this to us? Why, Michael? Why? Please, tell me why. Tell me why are you basically sabotaging intentionally? Either way, I can't sing. You probably clicked off the video, but if you're still here, thank you so much as we head to Fenway for game number 3 in this series. An incredible start to Alex Bregman's ALCS. What a game 2. He basically won that game for us 3 separate times, and we lost it 4 times. That's how bad we were pitching-wise, but offense came to play in game 2. Can they come to play again here in game 3? Tanner Houck is going to take the pill for this one. And try to shut down this lineup for Seattle, and we're trying not to blow it. It would be nice if we did. It would be so nice if we didn't blow this one. Either way, it is Tanner Houck on the mound for us. A decent start against New York. Went 5 innings, 1 strikeout. So we'd like to see that. Had a lot of runners on. A 13% walk rate, just a 4% strikeout rate. Would love to see those numbers flipped on their heads here for Houck. Let's see. Strikeout, ground out, ground out. Great first start. Bryce Miller will be the counterpart here in the 2-2 count to Bregman. Hitting 400. That's pretty good. It does get a sweeper outside the zone that he cannot lay off. And that is the second strikeout for Bryce Miller. And then he does the trifecta with Devers. Kind of Falefa, he singles and then steals a base. Wong a double, nothing to show for it there. Seattle some more on the base paths. A single and a double as Duran brings home Marcelo Meyer. And now it is 1-0 Boston with the lead. Runner on second base. We know how clutch Bregman has been. He hits it high and deep towards the wall. Going back is Arozarena, and he makes the catch right in front of the wall. So can't quite move the runner over. If it just was hit a little bit to the left, or pulled a little bit more, that's off the wall. Devers helps us out with a home run. And it was now 3-0 Red Sox. But here come the Mariners. All of a sudden it's 3-3, 4-3. Still only just 1 out. And we finally get out of the inning. But a big inning for the Mariners. Put up a 5 spot in the 5th. And they chase Houck. Garrett Whitlock came in. Did enough to keep this one at kind of close. And Bregman this time pimped. And he knew it. Splitter off Miller. Takes the lead. Another Breggy bomb and another clutch Bregman performance. This is why we brought him to Boston for these October nights. This should not have been a no-doubt celebration. This barely got out. I think this is the second time we've seen Bregman get a no-doubt situation where, I think he went in, the first row of the monster ones. Not even, like 94 off the bat. He was like, yep, it's gone. So clairvoyant, at least. Bregman corners up. It's going to try to drop down a surprise bunt, but look at Bregman. Bare hand, flips it over, and helps Whitlock out. Gets the out. What a play by Alex Bregman there. Watch it again. Just drops it down. Bregman comes in bare hand in one motion, has to throw from 90 degrees. And we get the out that we need. Slayton comes in with a 1-run lead. Julio Rodriguez up at the plate, working on a 2-for-3 day. One of the premier players in our league, trying to keep Seattle in it. Smokes it to Bregman, who is right there. Almost eats him up a little bit, but he's able to pick it up, make the play, and toss it down to first base. So we keep the lead as we head on to the bottom of the 7th inning with our young kids up at the plate. Single, strikeout, error for them. Walk, bases are loaded for Alex Bregman. 1-2 count on the ground, and this will end the inning with a double play. 5-4-3. Yeah. All right. So Bregman couldn't come through clutch there. Keeps this one at a 1-run ball game, but we still have the lead. That is good. And Brock Burt comes in to face the lefty. Strikeout, walk. We bring in Leclerc, who walks the next 2, but then gets a strikeout with the bases loaded. Double for Munoz, double off Munoz, and a 3-run home run from Roman Anthony. Leclerc still out there working for his second inning, as we now have an 8-4 lead, looking to take home the first game at Fenway. All we need is this final out coming up. Bregman ranges over, knocks it down, able to throw it on to first base and get the runner anyway. But Bregman saves himself from an error, which is good, which is fine. Strikeout. Red Sox beat the Mariners 8-4. So we take on Seattle. We win it this time. A 3-run bomb by Roman Anthony late
propels us a little bit forward, but Bregman had his big moments here, especially with that 2-run home run against Bryce Miller, and I think the 5th, right after we gave up the lead, and that was big. And Fenway crowd sees an ALCS win at home for the first time in 5 years. 8-4 your final score. Again, Devers had a double and a home run. Houck only went 4, gave up 4, 5 strikeouts. Yes, he was better than New York, but not much better. Either way, a win for the Red Sox. Garrett Whitlock picks up the win, and Jose Leclerc gets his 2nd save. So at least for right now, been better than Slayton. I think he did have a little bit of a moment. I think he hit the home run in Game 2. But Kopech has been struggling. All 3 of them have been struggling, and those are 3 high-leverage guys out in the bullpen. We can't have all 3 of them be struggling like that. Back to the Fens for game number 4 as we hold the lead. It has been back and forth. We won Game 1. They won Game 2. We won Game 3. Can we win Game 4? Will they win Game 4? Who knows? Who really knows? Only the Lord knows. So let's see what game number 4 has in store for us. We've been putting up runs. 4 runs, 9 runs, 8 runs in our games. They've also put up some runs. 10 runs in that second game, but only 1 in the first, 4 in the second. So their offense has been sputtering a little bit, but they had that one big blow-up game in Game 2. Our offense has been pretty consistently putting up runs, and our pitching staff, for the most part, has come to play other than Game 2. Brian Wu versus Garrett Crochet for this one, in a pretty pivotal game from Seattle. They do not want to go down 3-1, especially with still one more game to play here at Fenway Park. We would love to just finish off the deal at home. Would be great. Crochet at 2.84 ERA, coming off of that incredible performance against the New York Yankees. And here we are with the Fenway Reds at home against the Mariners. 3 flyouts, and then Jarren Duran starts us off with the solo home run. Then Bregman lays into a 4-seam fastball. This one's going to pimp off the monster. He's going into second base, and back-to-back extra base hits for the Red Sox. A home run and a double to begin game number 4. So we're getting to Brian Wu just like that. Beautifully done. As, again, Bregman picks that pitch off the inside corner and just slices it right off the monster. He's in there ahead of the throw. Devers, 1-1 count for him. He's hitting just .235 as Wu tries to get out of this one. And this is past Ibanez at third base. And we'll have 3 straight hits to begin game number 4. Great start for the offense for the Red Sox. Tristan Casas trying to drive Bregman in. Can he do it? Something lifted. Even a double play scores a run. And that's exactly what it's going to be. Ibanez to second base, over to first. So Casas, no credit for the RBI, but does bring in the run, and that's really what's important. And Seattle, at this juncture of the game, they'll take the 2 and see if they can climb back. Crochet doing great. Donovan, a solo home run. So we're up 3-0. Crochet still battling out there and winning. Finally, Brian Wu picks up a win here as he gets a swing and a miss from Bregman. Single by Devers, error, and we're finally put away. First base runner is a Ryan Bliss single. Double by Meyer, single by Duran. Sets up Bregman with a couple of on, 2 down, and this is a chopper to Ibanez, and that will put it away. So Bregman starting off the game with a double. Hasn't quite measured up at the plate since then. But still, just 1 hit for Seattle. We already have 8. Strikeout, solo home run, walk, single, hit by pitch. Crochet gets out of the jam, but does give up a run. Casas a single, then a double, then a triple, then a single, then a walk. And we put up now 6 runs total. We bring in Cutter Crawford as he gives up a double to Kyle Tucker. Luke Raley up behind him, back-to-back lefties. Bregman on a knee, quickly over to first base and keeps Tucker at second. So one gone in the sixth, trying to keep Seattle off the board again. Fly out, single does bring in the run, but we still have a 4-run lead. Shintaro Fujinami, you see him again, had a big extra base hit against him in game number 2. And this time, we're going to not quite get the same again. If he pulls up all a little bit more, it's high off the monster and for a double. We strike out. Julio Rodriguez, a home run, but then we bring in Kopech. He does get out of it, but they put up another run. Back-to-back innings with runs for Seattle. Justin Slayton now in the 8th inning, facing off against Randy Arozarena, who's not had a good series. Came into play at 333 average, right now a 167, and for the second time, Alex Bregman robs him of a base hit, down and dirty, up and firing. It is in time as Bregman. Look at that. Love that. Dirt right on the chest, the dirty uniform. Bregman, he has been spectacular for us this series, especially with the bat, with the glove too. Keep Seattle at just 3 runs. We're trying to add on more. Bregman, late on the fastball, flied out to Tucker in right field, and that will do it. So, with 3-run lead, can we hold Seattle down and win this one? Go up 3-1. Their offense has been getting to our bullpen a little bit, and that's kind of been the issue. Home run, triple, single, and home run. And it's a tie ball game. What the fuck is happening? Single, fly out, we get out of it, walk, single, walk, strikeout, fielder's choice. Bregman, bases loaded, 2 out. Can he be the hero against Matt Brash? Oh, it's a curveball or a slider hung. He's just behind it and flicks it to center field, and Bregman can't play hero ball. How did we get to this point? We were up like 6-0 in this game. Strikeout, single, fly out, double, scores a run, 2-run home. How are we down 4? We lose this one 10-6. Like, how does this happen? Why does this happen? Why do bad things happen to good people, folks? Yeah, another good performance by offense, wasted by our bullpen. And the offense has done their job. They've put up like 4+ runs in every game, and for the last 3 games, they've been averaging 8 runs a game. And we're, 1-2 in those games? 4 runs in the 11th, 3 runs in the 9th, 7 runs given up in the past the 8th inning. Inexcusable. Zach Kelly, unfortunately, gets slated with a loss, but no way you lose that one. You put that on Zach Kelly at all. That is on Leclerc. That is on the rest of the bullpen just not being able to get anything done. But, all right, so a scummy taste in our mouth going into game number 5. As, again, both teams have traded wins and losses. We won the first and third. They the second and the fourth. Let's put up this graphic. And like I was saying, we've averaged 8 runs a game over the last 3 games. And are 1-2 in those games. 10 against 9 in game 2, 8 in game 3, 6 in game 4. They've put up 10 runs twice against us at Sandy Alcantara in the yellows against George Kirby, a rematch of game number 1. Can Sandy's dominance against Seattle persist, or are we going back to Seattle down 3-2 in this series? Big game. For a lot of people, this 5th game is seen as one of the most important games in the entire series, and we got to win it. I agree. This is one of the most important games in a series of this stature. We have the yellows on, the Yellow Sox, trying to hold on to some of that power that they had in that 2021 season, and back-to-back doubles puts Seattle up 1-0 very early. Double by Duran. Can Bregman make it back-to-back doubles for Boston? Won't quite be a double, but will score the run as Duran zips all the way around and is in there ahead of the throw, and Bregman comes through clutch again and ties this thing back up exactly what we needed, exactly what Sandy needed. That's what everyone needs right there, is a big, big hit from Bregman. Brings up Rafael Devers. As Bregman leaning in back to first base, 3-1 count. George Kirby doesn't walk anybody, but does let off Raffy there, let him off the hook, is what I'm trying to say. This is like my third video in a row I'm doing voiceovers for. I'm dead. Tristan Costas roped, and I guess that's roped. 64 miles per hour, 54 miles per hour is roped, in my opinion. And that will fall for a single, now bases loaded. Still no outs as George Kirby not having the best of appearances. He going to walk Wong in 4 pitches with the bases loaded? By George, he is. And we are in. And it's 2-1. Let's get 2 more runs. Double play, a double. We do get 4 runs. I will take it. Tony Gonsolin in as going down with injury was Sandy Alcantara. And we'll I believe it was a blister on the finger is what knocked him out of the game. Would have liked to see a little more persistence from our frontline starter there, but we give up Tony Gonsolin and cast us at bay. And Bregman is striking out there. Single walk, triple, sac fly. It's a 4-4 game. This is not going good. Costs us a home run, gives the lead again. Then Julio takes it with a 2-run home run. Now we bring up Cutter Crawford. A lot of good stuff happening for us. A 3-run home run by Marcelo Meyer. It's 8-6. And later on, Bregman in the left field, and he can't get a hit. A lot is happening, and so many runs on the board. One of the higher scoring ALCSs you'll remember. Walk single, another 3-run home run. We're up 11-6. Surely we can't blow this. Please, I can't. I'll start smoking cigarettes if we blow this game. I really will. I just can't have it. Cannot have it. This, I guess, is a play that Alex Bregman needed to see, and that will do it for the 5th inning. So halfway there, living on a prayer. 11-6, and I'm praying so hard. We can't lose this game. We can't give this up. Walk, double play, ground out, single, strikeout, double, single, fly out. Oh, God, it's 11-8. Oh, God. Fujinami strikes out. Nasty splitter. I like Shintaro Fujinami. I want him on my team. I want to try to get him. Mark my words. He's going to pitch at least one season for us at some point in this series. Mark my words. All right. In the 7th, Michael Kopech, who has been the most volatile starter and has been absolute butt cheeks for us this postseason. And, yeah, this is going to be an easy single, even if Bregman picks it up. The time he lets it go, that was going to be a single. And we saw this earlier in the franchise where it's kind of pausing. And I don't know why this is happening. It's never happened to me in any MLB The Show iteration before. I tried to save. I think was able to save. And in case this thing crashes, luckily for us, it did not crash, but I definitely saved in between games as well. Walk by Rosarena, double by Bliss, still kept us at 8-11. Leclerc, please, double, strikeout, walk, pop out, and we do win this one. Oh, God. If we lost that game, not even if we lost that game, if we had to win in extras, or if we, tied that game up, I would have cried real tears. Real tears on camera. You would have saw a grown man, literally a grown man cry. But unfortunately, your perception of me is as good as it's ever going to be. Do not cry. And Alcantara only an inning, cost us a home run and 3 runs scored. And yeah, he's the difference. His 4 runs accounted for the difference in that ball game. Leclerc gets a save, an actual clean one this time. Crawford picks up the win. George Kirby picks up the loss. And we're just 1 away from moving on to the World Series. With all the shenanigans, all of the heart palpitations we have all experienced in this series so far, in this, at this point, 49.5-minute video, we are just 1 win away from the World Series, which is crazy. And here we are in game number 6, back in Seattle. We thought about throwing Sandy again because he only pitched 1 inning. But I think we're going to hold on to him for potential Game 7 if we get there. But either way, Boston and Seattle here. We have the advantage. We win this, we move on. If we lose this, it's another game against the Mariners. And we put up 11 runs in Boston, or since Game 2, 9, 8, 6, 11. That's what, 24 runs, if I'm doing math correctly? 26 runs? No, 24 runs. In a 4 games, we averaged 8 runs a game and went 2-2. It's so dumb. Jordan Montgomery, we're going to ask him to go here in Game 6. We like the lefty against this lineup especially, and it is Logan Gilbert going for the Mariners. So, postseason baseball. In Game 6, the ALCS winner moves on. Haven't revealed who is going to is in the in the World Series for the National League. But after this video, come hell and high water, we will see who the World Series matchup is. Hopefully the Red Sox are part of that equation. Alex Bregman not getting a hit his first time around as Gilbert trying to go 1-2-3 on the Red Sox. Gets 1 and 2. And can't quite get 3, but does get 4 out. Ryan Bliss. His first hacks of game number 6 go against Montgomery. And on the ground, Bregman on a slide. What a play by Bregman. Thrown over, and they do get him in time. So Bregman having a real nice play there. And keeps a hit off the board. Rosarina walks. He does steal second base. And seems like everyone's just running on Connor Wanning, especially the Mariners. So maybe something we look at in the offseason. Maybe Connor Wong, who's been fine for us, but I think maybe we could get better. J.P. Crawford pops up. Bregman shuffles back a little bit and makes the play. 2 down in the second. Still a 0-0 score. Booze, if you read it right. And then Garver, a 2-run home run, and we are down. Duran a single, and Bregman back up. 9 for 25 this ALCS. A lot of that damage coming in the first couple of games of the series. Has slowed down a little bit, though he has had himself his moments. Does take strike 1 as Duran swipes second base. 1-2 count later on in the at-bat. And Bregman can't lay off the fastball inside. Couldn't quite get to it either. And Gilbert, he gets out of the inning. Pop-out, strikeout, ground out for Montgomery. A walk by Costas. And Wong, another 2-run home run. His third of the series. All 3 coming against in Seattle. Montgomery gets out of a little jam. Almost 1-2-3 inning for him again. And then Bregman leads us off here in the 6th. Then he goes down the line right to Ibanez. And he puts it away. So Bregman, again, real good in that first part of the series. He's had his moments. Wong, another 2-run home run. Has 4 2-run home runs in 3 games in Seattle. Crazy. And just like that, we have the lead in the back third of this one. Bottom 6, Montgomery still working out there. He's only given up 2 runs. And Bregman, again, is going to rob Ryan Bliss of a home run. Of a single. It was the slide the first time, now the dive here. And Bregman keeps a double off the board and keeps a base runner off as well so far. Look at that. Full extension. Bregman timed it up perfectly to his feet, fires over, and that is 1 down in the inning. Walk, a solo home run, and it could have been 2 runs if we didn't cut down the runner trying to steal. Bregman, runner on first base, 0 for so far today, and another ground ball to third base. All right, now we head to the bottom of the 7th. Slayton, 1, 2, walk, Kopech, strikeout. Oh, my heart sank. Bases loaded, Kopech out there. Ugh. We bring in Brock Burke for the lefties. Single, double play, fly out. Leclerc, 1, 2, 3. The Red Sox are moving on. They beat the Mariners in 6 games in the ALCS, and we will be going to the World Series for the first time since 2018. Leclerc nuts on the table, buckled up, buckled in, and buckled out as he beats the Mariners. We beat the Mariners, and we are moving on to the World Series. This is a team that in July were like, we're going to make a risky move trying to just get into the playoffs. Those two risky moves ended up as an AL East championship and now a berth in the World Series. I couldn't even have thought of this. This is such a special team, such a special moment. No give up from these boys all season, and it rewards us. We will have World Series action next time here on Tisbury 33 Games. Make sure to subscribe, make sure to like. We'll wrap up this series in just a moment and find out who we're playing. But boys and girls, we are headed to the World Series.
No freaking way. We did it. Alex Bregman having an incredible season. Connor Wong with the home runs. The bullpen. The starting rotation. And we'll be taking on the Los Angeles Dodgers. Went to and lost the World Series to the Twins, I think, of all teams. Last year, the Dodgers, they ended up having a battle with Milwaukee. A 6-game series just like us. Lost game 1, won the next 3. Did not take care of business in game number 5, and then came back home and won it in 6. Kind of similar to how we did it. We alternated, and then we should have really won outright here. A lot of offense, too much offense. We're taking on the Los Angeles Dodgers. We Shohei Ohtani on the bump for them. We're going to go with our good friend Garrett Crochet. We will bring Sandy Alcantara back into the lineup. This is what the bracket looks like. Let's check on the postseason MVP was Jarren Duran, hitting .349 with 2 home runs and 5 RBI. Probably could have gone to Bregman with his big moments. Probably should have gone really to Connor Wong with how great he was. The National League MVP is old friend Mookie Betts. And we will see you next time. A rematch of the 2018 World Series. This time Mookie Betts playing for the other guys. We will see you then. We'll break down the series. And we will be following along. Are we going to be World Series champs? Or down for the count? We will see you next time.